I don't have a degree in gender studies or political bullshit or um, whatever else. I went to Glasgow Uni and read chemistry, so be afraid. I could make more sort of like chemical warfare than Wuhan if I really wanted to, but I don't really want to, so probably not. But um, can people stop celebrating the scumbag lefty assholes who, for wait till I think, some reason to do with the fact that um, everything's got to hell in a handcart, especially in America. So everybody's um, Trump's getting banned left, right, and centre again. Like you can't even watch. I did actually watch it because it live streamed and I managed to watch it before they cancelled it, which was fine. But do you know what? You're not going to shut Trump up unless Trump drops dead. You're not going to shut him up, right? And um, all these woke lefty bellends who are going, oh, Biden's doing this, Biden's. Well, I'm no a political fanatic or whatever, but it does it does it take sort of like much to watch where uh, when Trump was in office, then there wasn't much in the way of uh, anybody taking the piss at him, basically. Then Biden strolled in, fucked up their energy thing, then for a very, very weird reason, pulled out of Afghanistan, basically like a 18-year-old would pull out a syphilitic whore. And you just think, like, do you not think you should have thought about this beforehand? So why did he not do what Trump said he was going to do? Obviously, I'm a Trump supporter, right? But I'm just saying, why did Biden not do the sensible thing where you take out the civilians, you take out the weaponry, you get everything out the place first, then you take out the soldiers. A halfwit could figure that out, right? And Biden went, let's leave millions, probably billions of pounds worth of military capability, helicopters, guns, rocket launchers, you name it. Let's just leave it all there. Leave the civilians there. Let's get a few soldiers killed and fuck it. Right, that's his idea. And see when Trump's basically rocking up and going, do you miss me yet? I think so. And um, in this country, then I think Bojo needs to grow up here quite rapidly and put a stop to what. See, if he's not even a conservative, he needs kicked in the balls. Carrie Antoinette's obviously running his shebang right. So why doesn't he do what Tony Blair? Tony Blair just went, I'll have a war in Iraq. Everybody protested and he done it anyway. Do you know what, Boris? Get your balls out your wife's handbag and just go like that. Do you know what? What Tony Blair done devolving Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales and giving them free rein, all you've done is literally put dictators, as in Scourgeon, Dracula, whatever his name is, right? And whoever the hell's in charge in Northern Ireland. I don't really watch that much about that because I'm in Scotland, so I just hear about the Drakeford Dracula, whatever his name is, right? I just hear about that more often because they're in competition to see who can be the biggest bell end, right? Well, do you know what? Just reverse it. Reverse it. There's no need for this. If you look at what's happened in Scotland for the past 14 years, it's a bloody catastrophe, nightmare, hellhole, right? We used to be pretty much up there with an absolutely fantastic education system where we used to have good universities, things like that, and now it's basically it seems to be the only thing that is acceptable in this country is if you're shooting up smack or you're an illegal immigrant. That's the only thing, because they're the only folk that vote for her. And the devolved parliament thing is a scandal because that's the only way she can stay in. So, Boris, grow up here and just say, right, that's it, and bloody, you're the fucking Prime Minister. This is still the United Kingdom. What is wrong with it? I hate to obviously summon the demon of Maggie Thatcher, right? But if Maggie Thatcher was in charge now, she would just go like that. I'll do what I fucking want, what she did do. At least she'd encourage her convictions. She would just turn around and go like that. No, bollocks, she's only doing this, she's only... Whether she was right, wrong or indifferent, right? At least she'd encourage her convictions. She would have put a stop to this, right? And what we're getting now is just woke, and descending into paedophilia, right? That's what it is. It's descending into perversion, paedophilia, and nonsense, which, I don't think there is actually anybody that's like genuinely voting for this, right? Apart from lefty weirdo scumbags who want sexual inclusion, and sexual inclusion involves nonsing wains and nonsing them from primary school upwards. That needs to get called a halt to. And I've no got any wains at the school, or pity help the teachers at the school, right? But I can't just be going down there and ranting and raving at people's schools because I don't have wains at the school, right? But folk need to blooming get a grip about this garbage. Not to mention, women seem to just be some sort of non-entity now, right? And women are a non-entity. Men are scum for some reason, which I always thought men were actually alright, pretty decent. I still meet men who, like taxi drivers, this, that, whatever, and they're like, oh no, you're alright, I'll look at, look, they're decent. So why are women having some sort of like meltdown that all men are scum? All men are not scum, right? And all women are not scum either. But there's a difference between the two, and why can we not go back to what sensible carry on, where men did actually used to think that oh well, women are what kind of alright. You're getting to the point now where everybody thinks, no everybody, but you're getting to the point now where men just think, well, I'm getting treated like a prick, so I might as well treat them like pricks as well. So you're this barrage of nonsense. I do think stick up for women's rights, but I think include men in it as well. I think include everybody in it. It's like we should be like gathering together and fighting against the nonsense brigade, right? There's like I know plenty of men who are scandalised with this nonsense, who would openly support women. Do you not think we should be supporting each other and going like, yous are nutters and you can fuck off? Is that not a better way to organise things instead of going, women all need to be in some weird collective thing where men are scum and we're all we're no better than it. Well, I don't think this is what's wrong with this carry on, where women are no better, men are no better, nobody's better. It's like that's not the point. It's the nutters. Just I don't mean fight them, but I'm just saying argue against that instead of going like and segregating everybody and like everybody's got to be like you can't have if you're I nearly said right, but if you're black, white, woman, man, this, that, whatever, right? Do you not think we should all just like see instead of having this LGBTQI alphabet soup fucking bullshit, right? Do you not think that like folk who don't want to have to deal with all that bollocks, do you not think we should? Why can we no have like a wee group where there's just normal men, women, and normal folk? Whether they're black, I'm not interested in the see this thing where they're segregating out critical race theory, they're segregating out men, women, black, white, like white folk are obviously the devil, and there's like no, it's like black supremacy and that was never, that's not been a thing. That's just happened in the past few years. Can we not have a sort of like collective where there's like just normal folk who are maybe just like whether they're gay or whatever, right? But can we not just have like folk who are not like gender bonkers and want to dress up like my teddy bear, right? And be like running about the street with their arse hanging out and whatever else they're into, right? Do you think we could just have folk who are just going like that, right? Well, do you know what? We're men, women, heterosexual, gay, black, this, that, whatever the fuck you're, right? And just like we're actually on like the kind of the right side of fucking history instead of being mad fucking pedos and all that. Would that not be like a kind of fucking bit an idea? No, is that just how can you possibly think that that would be a decent idea? Aye, so basically, that'll be probably an end to that because where's the fun when you can't segregate people? What apartheid segregation? What that ended well, didn't it? Looking up gay folk and all the rest of it. But that all ended brilliant. That made for an absolutely totally inclusive society, right? The only inclusive crap I'm not interested in is sexual inclusion, where folk are banging on and tipping me over the edge about blooming sexually deviant pedo nonsense things. That needs to stop. And I'll tell you, that everybody says, "Oh, is that how you're willing to die on?" All right, and I'm like, I'm not willing to die in hills in general, right? I'm no getting about going, I'll drop dead for this, that, and that, right? I don't jump on every single bandwagon that I don't know anything about, right? But the one thing I genuinely will get right after my nut about is if I find out that there is anywhere near me a parade, I'm sick of the weirdo clown uh, rainbow clown crap. I'm sick of that, right? But um, if I find out that there's a map parade within about 100 mile of me, I will travel to it, and well, it's basically I've told one of my pals that she's gonna have to look after my dog because I'm gonna end up getting to jail. That's one thing that I'm no putting up with. I'm not putting up with pedos having a parade. That's South Park and Nambla 20 years ago, and I thought that was funny at the time, and now it's actually happening. People are minor attracted persons and they're pedos, actual outright pedos, and folk are accepting this because lefties are mad pedos. They need to put a no, that needs to stop. Right? It does, it needs to stop. It's giving me the rip, man. So, well, there you go.